Alrighty. Hang on. Just bear with me for a minute. Just turn down the music. And I will turn on my starting screen. Apologies for the technical issues there. Yeah, so what was I going to do? That's right, let's get cracking on finishing up this list here. So far I've drawn Boris Karloff, Mayim Bialik, Lawrence Fishburne, Jodie Foster, Harrison Ford, McKenna Grace, Tommy Lee Jones, Bette Midler, Billy D. Williams, Juno Temple, Matthew Perry, and Rosie O'Donnell. Hey, how's it going? On today or tonight, wherever you're watching today's episode, I will be doing Suraj Sharma, Zoe Saldana, Zac Efron, Christina Ricci, Irfan Khan, Cloris Leachman, Key Luke, Ariana Greenblatt, Bela Lugosi, Sammy Henrati, and David Prowse, along with Brie Larson, River Phoenix, Julianne Moore, Yaha Abdul Mateen II, Caroline Jones, She Kine, Sabrina Carpenter, and James Earl Jones. So, have a good night, guys. If you're still watching after I rattled off those names, I do appreciate you sticking around. And me sort of flying by the seat of my pants. Suraj Sharma. Let's find some images of this guy to work from. So to anyone new to the live stream, I am Ed. I'm a professional caricaturist and I draw faces for a living. So let's get stuck into this guy. Now, from what I can gather, he is of Indian background. Just gonna flip this. Now, I can confidently say that I haven't seen this guy in anything that he's been in. Apparently, he was in like The Life of Pi. I didn't see that. There's a lot of movies that I just straight up do not watch. I, however, have... let me just check the microphone, see if I'll get in some... Yep, all good. Yeah, so I recently started watching and finishing the Fallout series, season 2 of the Fallout show on Amazon Prime, and I gotta say it was a pretty fun watch. I enjoyed it. Like it's silly, but it's it's an interesting watch. I mean, there are parts of it that I think could have used like a lot more. What's it called? Development, so to speak. Like I find there were just parts of the show that. Hey there, Francesca Duncan. How's it going? Um, yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, the Fallout series, season two. Like, as a fan of the games, like, I get why the choices they made seem a little bit um, different in terms of how the series was originally pitched. Actually, I'll put up the guy. I'll put up the guy's name so people know who I'm actually drawing. Because this guy here, like, I don't think he is as well known as other like Hollywood celebrities. So it's this is Suraj Sharma. He's definitely got like I wouldn't say he is got the most recognizable face. Like it's interesting as well when you see celebrities who you're not that familiar with. Like I didn't grow up watching any of this guy's stuff. Like I am. Hang on, how old is this guy? Suraj Sharma. Suraj Sharma. So he was in The Life of Pi. Yeah, he's actually 10 years younger than me, so yeah, I am well and truly unfamiliar with his body of work, except for The Life of Pi, which I didn't actually watch. Yeah, so he's from New Delhi. He's in The Life of Pi by Ang Lee, who I like, like Ang Lee's, he's one of those directors that tries to push the envelope, so to speak. But aside from like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and what's the other one? The Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. I really haven't seen anything of what he's done ever since. But yeah, if you're curious, this is a show called Sketch Jam. It's where I'm drawing caricatures of famous people. I've got a list of musicians, actors, and other noteworthy individuals, and I am drawing very sort of quick caricatures of them. So yeah, back to what I was talking about earlier. As a fan of the games, Suraj, not Sarajevo. So who's next? Zoe Saldana. Now, I actually know who this actress is. And she's the girl that plays Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, and she's also one of the blue people in the Avatar movies. Interesting bit of trivia. Oh, she's only a few years older than me. Yep. You can't be too careful. Apparently her husband took her surname rather than the other way around, which is a bit strange, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, she's pretty. She's 47. Very expressive face. Just gonna do a quick sound check. Give me a minute. Almost ready. Hang on. Just bear with me for just a couple of seconds. Hang on. Okay. I think I've got the. I think I've got everything good to go. Yep. So getting the likeness right is more important than the proportions. So getting a really solid caricature done correctly is every bit as important. If you can nail that likeness, and look, I'll be the first to admit I sometimes do not get the likeness, right, or to an area. Where I need it to be. So what I'm going to do tonight is I want to kind of get through this entire list. Like I want to smash it out in one hit. Like I thought I could get the whole thing drawn. If you've seen this the previous live streams, sketch January, I really wanted to have this all done by the end of then, because that's kind of how caricature resolution works. It's also still technically summer, so it's been weirdly stuffy in the house, and yeah, there's been a lot of pollen in the air. Very strange. Really skinny neck. Yeah, so let me know in the chat or even in the comment section if you like what I'm doing here. If I can exaggerate these people a little more. I reckon I can always exaggerate. So what else is new? Brand new content dump worth of content just came through from Blizzard. So I am very happy to see that there is a whole bunch of amazing new stuff for Overwatch. And the most interesting thing that I saw was the fact that it's no longer going to be called Overwatch 2. Oh, look, I mean, I can draw both on paper and also on the iPad. I've never been particularly worried. Like, if I'm completely honest, I've never been all that worried about um, AI really at all. Like, I still keep um, like AI doesn't really affect my work. Like, I'm still able to draw, and I think and I've said this before in previous streams. Like, um, AI has kind of made human produced artwork more valuable. And it's simply because, like, if you can make stuff just by, you know, using a quick filter on your phone, and you can just type in a prompt to say like Grok or ChatGPT, and it can just like generate images for you essentially forever, like an infinite amount of artworks that are usually stolen from pre-existing stuff. um, you know that's fine, but it's not worth anything. You can have just chat gpt, like, I mean, you can get AI images from pretty much every platform now. Like, you can get Meta to produce AI artwork. You can get Twitter to do it. You can get YouTube. You can get yeah, pretty much all of them, as far as I know. Like, I haven't really gone out of my way to see what every single platform can do, but like, I just jump on like just a normal search engine. Like, for instance, I just use Google. I just Google something, and the AI assistant is built into it. Oh yeah, plenty. I wouldn't say I've sold everything, but I have sold stuff. Yeah. The weather's finally beginning to cool down a bit. I found it relatively easy to sell my artwork. I mean, when I first started, it was tricky, but after a while, if you just keep you know putting stuff out there and um, just producing like content, eventually folks start to notice. I mean, it can take for some, like it can take a bit longer than others. You know, like there's no denying that some folks are just gonna have to like not quit their day job for significantly longer than they anticipated. Oh wow! Oh goodness. Look, if that's actually the case, that there is a meteor on a direct collision course with Earth, that's going to arrive here in about 6 years. It's still worth it just to, keep enjoying and living life as it goes. Song requests. I mean, I can put some music on in the background. It usually has to be pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It has to be, this'll do. I usually have something just sort of playing very quietly in the background, very unobtrusive. Okay, that's kind of loud actually. Hey guys, yeah, look, I mean, I've only been live for about half an hour at this point, so it's still early in the live stream, and I'm still fairly new to this. Like, I only really started paying attention to growing the channel like in June of last year, so it's a while to go to really sort of get the live stream sort of noticeable and everything like that. Sunshine, Rainbow, Wookie, Zang, it's family friendly. Okay. Random. Fair enough. Yeah, so like you mentioned earlier, I'm not too worried about um, like a meteor or a comet hitting us. At this point, I just want to make sure that new virus that they apparently have discovered in India. I just want to make sure that doesn't become the next COVID. And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in that sentiment. Like, we just cannot do another lockdown. Like, to this day, I still see people alone in their cars. I'll be just like casually glancing back in my rear view mirror, just at the traffic lights, and there'll be somebody sat behind me, usually in an SUV by themselves, and they'll be masked, to this day, and I'm just like, why? Oh, thank you very much. Like these are just real. These are like quick sketches. They're not like these aren't finished art at all. Like I'm just trying to capture a bit of a likeness. So Zoe Saldana. Got an interesting name, that girl. Okay, who's next on my list? Zac Efron. Let's see if I can find a picture of Zac Efron for me to work from. So yeah, I mean, you know, he's not that much younger than I am. But man, he's had a lot of like surgery done to his face, so he looks a bit weird these days. It's like, dude. So don't you hate it when a celebrity who looks a certain way doesn't look a certain way after a while, and you just think, yeah. That's a good one of him. Like, I'm trying to find a good photo of this guy sort of before he started using like Botox. Like, for some reason he's using filler, and like, yeah, dude, you can't be that like vain, you know? I think he was in like some movie where he was playing a wrestler or something. I don't know. Let's see. No, I'm not crazy about that photo. He just looks so weird now. It's like he fixed his teeth, he fixed his lips, he did something to his chin, like he just, I don't know, he looks like he's been in a fight or something. It's like, dude, you didn't have to do any of this. You would have been fine. Let's see what we can do here. Let's help poor Zac out. Now, I must admit, his hair does look great for someone his age. Like, I'm always happy for dudes who haven't gone bald, or at least have the money to slow it down or stop it in its tracks. Like, I've had a similar rant about this before, but you know, if you're worried about your public image, God, he looks so puffy these days. As a man, and you have the resources to stop yourself from going bald, Just like do that, you know. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a bit corny and a bit vain, but you don't have to live the rest of your days having to put sunscreen on your head. He's put Botox in his lips. He just looks strange now. He's starting to resemble those twins from Brazil who had, like, you know, magic powers or something. You know, it's weird. Like, you get these TikTokers who look at new and old photos of certain celebrities and they start making up all these conspiracy theories like, oh, he's been replaced with like a replicant or something like that. I was like, no, we don't quite have, you know, Blade Runner technology quite just yet. I mean, we're closer than ever before. Like, have you seen some of those robot expos where, you know, they got, you know, guys walking around and they got the basically the Terminator now. Like, I saw this thing in China. They've got you know, robotic um, traffic directors. Like, so weird. So I might shrink his nose just a teeny bit. That's a funny thing about aging as well. Like, you can really only push it so far with the old nip tucks and cosmetic surgery before you start seeing some really strange results. G'day, Bobby Mac. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Waiting for this rain to fall. That'd be nice. Take the edge off what are the dying days of summer. Now we hit that first hour mark pretty easily. Well, close enough to, we're at 45 minutes. Yeah, Zac Efron looks like he's aged. It's kind of weird when you see somebody who you know is younger than you, but at the same time you're like, this person looks older than me. Oh, absolutely. Like, we just been having like this absolute stinker of a summer. I mean, it hasn't been as bad as it's been in previous years. Like, we've had a few relatively mild days, thrown in for a bit of a reprieve, but my God, it's like, you ever just want like a season to be over? Like, I'm a bit like that when it comes to summer. I'm just like, all right, we get it. Enough already. But at the same time, as soon as you can tell when summer has wrapped up, you start to miss it. Because you just think, oh, now I've got to wear extra layers and, just a bit blech. If you recommend a song while I play, I don't really play music. It's weird. Like I just draw, but if you mean like having something on in the background, not really. The thing is, like, if I play anything that's not like sort of copyright free, it'll like it just won't work, unfortunately, because I end up having to go back and just having to fix up the live show. I have to remove the song and everything. I've had a just don't want to get struck. Have to be pretty careful about that. Yeah, I'm willing to take a look at it, but I can't guarantee anything, unfortunately. Okay, who's next? Oh, what did I do? Yeah. Oh, Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, if you want to pop through the suggestion, by all means, I'll take a look at it. Christina Ricci. I remember her as Wednesday Addams, like the original Wednesday Addams, like the 90s Wednesday Addams. Gorgeous woman. A bit on the crazy side, though. she's absolutely gorgeous. No, these are just sort of something to do. Like, this is a list from the ISCA, which is the International Society of Caricaturists, of which I'm a member. I've been with these guys since 2013, and each year they put out what's called the Caricature Resolution, and it's a series of uh, various celebrities, singers, actors, um, historical figures sometimes, and yeah, it's just a bit of fun, really. It's kind of a competition. It's mostly judged on like Facebook and stuff, but it's just sort of how good can you get like a really solid likeness of a famous person, and I take that as a challenge. So no, these aren't my commissions. I do commissions, absolutely. That's pretty much how I make my living. I get requests. I'll get hired to go to parties and stuff. Um, got a few gigs coming up. I'll be heading overseas. So I'll be away drawing live for a couple of weeks. So I'll be sort of doing some I'll record some stuff and I'll upload it. So it won't be live like this, but if you like what I do here, it'll be there. So if I don't get through this entire list tonight, which I'm actually aiming to like put a sizable chunk out of this, because it has been dragging on. It has been dragging on a little bit. Like there's 31 faces. Fortunately, because these are famous people, there's nowhere near the level of pressure, and because it's unpaid, I don't necessarily have to worry about deadlines and whatnot. This is one of those things where you reach a certain age and you realize that everything has a deadline. Everything has. I'm not sure if I want to draw with like this sort of side part, or if I want to draw with like I don't know, like bangs or something. She's one of those fascinating actresses who basically survived, you know, being a child star, but not entirely, if that makes sense. Ah, funny. I can't believe that's still a thing. The whole 6'7" thing, that's hilarious. Is that still going on? I didn't realize that was still a thing. I guess certain trends have certain expiry dates, I guess. I don't know what that word is. Yeah, wow. It's a like it's a bit like what's it called? What's the word? No, not the word I'm looking for. It's like 6'7" is a bit like, in terms of memes, it's a little bit like the septum piercing of memes. It's like all of a sudden, you know, every chick who was like going through her "I'm not like other girls" phase decided, no, every chick should wear a septum piercing, and it just became like a fashion statement. Yeah, if you want, you're more than welcome to subscribe. Um, that's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know where that whole sort of like saying number things comes from, but you know, there's this episode of SpongeBob from years ago where him and Patrick like sitting in the classroom. I think they're taking their driver's test, and Mrs. Puff is like writing on the blackboard, and Patrick says 24, and you know, they both start laughing, and then SpongeBob goes, "Hey Patrick, I know something funnier than 24." He's like, "What?" 25. Yeah. That's a bit like how I see the whole 6'7" thing. It's essentially the logical extension of that. Just a reminder that I do not miss school at all. We actually had our what is it, our 20-year anniversary, our high school reunion, that was cancelled. very strange. And then it was like rescheduled later on, you know, just around the whole COVID thing. And by then, like, you know, something I had no intention on going to, I ended up going to anyway. So who are we up to now? Ifran Khan. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Irfan Khan. Said Ifran. That's not even remotely close. Oh, thank you. This guy was in Jurassic World. Yeah. That's an interesting face. Look at those eyes. Oh, this guy's got great eyes. He looks tired all the time. I think it's pronounced like I'm so tempted to say Ifran, but it's Irfan. Irfan. So Irrfan. So he's kind of you can tell he's a movie star by the way he holds himself. You know, he's got that sort of charisma and everything. Irfan. Find a good photo of this guy. That's a good one. So where are we at? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're doing all right. Probably should put the names on this one, so I'll just. I watched this guy on, what's it called? Speaking of song requests, I watched this guy on TikTok, and he was playing like the plastic recorder, and he was absolutely shredding out the most amazing version of Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. I was like, dude, I did not realize that that particular musical instrument could make any of those notes. Like, amazing. Just incredible. So, Irfan Khan. So yeah, this guy, he covers songs, like really popular songs, particularly from the 80s. Like he's done Eye of the Tiger. And yeah, he does it all on a little, like, $10 plastic recorder that you can, buy online. And I remember, trying to learn music as a kid and being just so completely uninterested in it. Like to this day, I've only got sort of a very, like, passing interest in music. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I didn't realize I had donations available, but okay, I appreciate that. If you'd like to subscribe, feel free. No obligation, obviously. Like if I open up I'm pretty sure I can open up memberships at some point, but at the moment I'm not quite at the threshold yet. When you go into your analytics and stuff, if you're a YouTuber, you can just check, and you just got like a bunch of details about how many subscribers you got, yada yada yada, and yeah, I'm like, yeah, still got a ways to go. It's all good. I don't mind. I enjoy the journey. I can smash these out pretty quick. So I'm like, this guy, I guess he'd be sort of like the Bollywood version of what's that actor's name? Javier Bardem. That's who this guy reminds me of. Made him look a little bit sinister though. Just sort of stretch out his proportions a little bit, make him a bit rounder. A bit less intense. Because like the way the face is shaped, that's it says a lot about the person. Like there's a really amazing book called The Twits by Roald Dahl, and it has a section in it. It's like it's only takes up one page, and it just describes people who have like dark thoughts, people who just think about awful things all the time, and how you can start out pretty, but if you're just constantly having a negative mindset, that will end up showing on your face regardless. And that little I guess life lesson in the middle of an otherwise fairly innocuous and stupid kids book has stuck with me for basically my entire life. Actually, I'll see if I can find it. The Twits. thank you very much. I appreciate that. Um, 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 Hang on. Yeah, it's the ugly thoughts quote. So get this right. Um, okay, if a person has ugly thoughts, it begins to show on the face. And when that person has ugly thoughts every day, every week, every year, the face gets uglier and uglier until you can hardly bear to look at it. A person who has good thoughts cannot ever be ugly. You can have a wonky nose, a crooked mouth, a double chin, and stick out teeth. But if you have good thoughts, it'll shine out of your face like sunbeams and you will always look lovely. That is one of the strongest and the most amazingly accurate quotes I've ever. I remember reading that as a kid and just loving it. Yes, I can absolutely. Yeah. So who's next? So we've done. Let's see. One, two, three, four, five. Cloris Leachman. Let's see if we can find Cloris Leachman. Is she still alive? I have no idea. Hang on, let me have a look. No, 2021. That's when she passed away. Like I really only saw her like movies and her TV work when she was an old woman. But yeah, she was kind of cute back in the day. 1972. Hey, how's it going? Hey guys, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, so I'm kind of conflicted at this point. Do I draw her as like an old lady, which is how I remember her, or back when she was like, pretty but in a sort of a angular kind of wonky kind of way? It's tricky to pick. Um, it's good to see so many wonderful people out there checking out the live stream. We're we're just at an hour and 15. Just got to stretch a little bit. Cloris Leachman. She, how old is she? 1926. So, woof, that's a long life right there. Yeah. She was 94. Wow. American actress and comedian whose career spanned nearly 8 decades. So she got started young. Um, she received many accolades, including 22 Primetime Emmy nominations and won 8, tying Julia Louis-Dreyfus for the most acting Emmy awards awarded to a performer. It's fascinating, like they're no longer with us, but Yeah, look, I mean, I'm not taking requests tonight, just for obvious reasons. I want to be able to get through this list. I will later on in future episodes sort of open up the floor to uh, suggestions for caricatures. But unfortunately, I can't take on any tonight because I want to be able to. Like I've put a bit of a dent in this list. Like I'm a bit over halfway through, and I want to be able to finish strong. And even though I am completing it late, like this chick was from I think she was not from the silent generation, or maybe she was. I don't know. But yeah, it's it's when people had names like Cloris, like you just don't get that. That is such an old-fashioned name that I'm pretty sure like she's the only person I've ever heard to have that name. Like I'm sure it was way more common back when she was alive and when she was a young woman. But yeah, something tells me that Cloris will always be a rare name for a woman. Cloris. Hang on. I'm not sure if I'm happy with with this version of her. I've kind of made her look like Chris Kattan in drag. Like she was never what you'd call conventionally attractive, but you know, I think I did her a bit dirty right here. Yeah, look, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with Chris Kattan drag. Hang on, let's have a. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not particularly crazy about this version of her though. Like, made her look a little bit too wonky. And that's the thing about like sort of getting a good likeness. Sometimes you will just not be able to quite capture someone the way you want to. Like, there have been plenty of times where I've gone and worked at a party, and there'll always be maybe one or two people that I've drawn that I just think, look, I can do a much better job. Thank you. Thank you, Ruby Rage. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's and like I won't sort of dwell on it too long because there's always something else to draw and everything. But there's just always those moments where you just think, ah, could have done a better job. Like, I used to sort of fixate a lot more on being a perfectionist, but at the same time, like, you can't really do that. Because life moves on very quickly. Some people, like, I've seen some people that just look back at stuff that they did back in like 2011 and they're still kicking themselves for it. It's like there's absolutely no reason to get all bent out of shape. Chloris. Leachman. I might actually come back to this one at a later date and draw her again. Cloris Leachman. Yeah, I'll come back to that one. Key Luke. I've never heard of this person before. Hang on. Key Luke. Hang on, let me have a look. Chinese-born American actor and founding member of the Screen Actors Guild. He played Li Chan in The Number One Son. In the Charlie Chan films, the original Kato, in the 1939-1941 Green Hornet movies, serials, Brack in the 1960s Space Ghost cartoons, Master Po in the television series Kung Fu. I know of this guy, but yeah. Way before my time. It's interesting when you find yourself, in a bit of a generation gap. Like, nothing compares to the generation gap that's happening now with Gen Z, Gen Alpha, by comparison to all the other generations that have come before them. Because they really have no concept of life before the internet. The babies being born right now, they have, No concept of life before AI. It's like it'll just be extraordinarily weird trying to explain to them, you know. There was nothing we could do about the rise of the machines. Like 1 minute we're go away, Windows backup. Don't need you to butt in right now. Thank you very much. Oh man, we're almost at an hour and a half. So yeah, I'll be doing another Fallout themed sketch jam coming up on Saturday. So if anyone's interested in tuning in for that, I'll be doing some video game theme stuff. Almost hear the rain. I downloaded this amazing app like years and years ago, like God, going on like, you know, maybe 5, almost 10 years now. And I use it every night. And it's just rain noises, but of the noises that they have, my favorite one isn't actually like a nature noise at all. It's just the sound of a jet. Like there is something unbelievably peaceful about the sound of a 747 at cruising altitude. Like I love the sound of rain, just in general. Like, you know, a storm. You know, just the reassuring sound that like outdoor activities have been cancelled. I love that. Like seriously, give me the sound of, you know, sport events or camping or hiking or really anything that involves having to go outside. The sound of rain is just the most reassuring guarantee that that kind of stuff will be cancelled or at least postponed. And that's always what I associated the sound of rain with when I was a kid. And yeah, that's why, like, that sound in particular has always been comforting. But then again, like, man, there's not a lot on the sleep, the rain sound sleep app that compares to 747 at cruising altitude. Like, that is by far my absolute favorite. So yeah, if you are hanging out in the chat, let me know if you've got a favorite sleep sound. If you use the app to help lull you off to the land of Nod. Key Luke. Alrighty. Ariana Greenblatt. Must be weird having like the same first name as another very famous Ariana. I mean, she's famous in her own right. Let me have a look. Ariana Greenblatt. Let's have a look. Born 27th of August 2007. So she's only 18. Far out. Let's see. Is an American actress. Her first starring role was in the Disney Channel comedy series Stuck in the Middle. Other early roles included the comedy film A Bad Mum's Christmas, the Marvel film Avengers Infinity War, and the musical film In the Heights. She rose to greater prominence with the science fiction film 65, the comedy film Barbie, and the space opera television series Ashoka, which were all released in 2023. For Barbie, she received nominations at the Critics' Choice and Screen Actors Guild Awards. Oh, she's quite accomplished. Let's see. Wow, she's been a fair amount. Young achiever, far out. It's always interesting when you see somebody who's like, just done just amazingly in such a short amount of time. Can't think of what I've seen her in though. Interesting looking girl. Let's see. Ariana Greenblatt. Blatt. Is it one T or two T's? Two T's. Greenblatt. She definitely has a kind of a brat style look about her. Very angular face. Very quick. Like that's the thing, like I get often asked, you know, which people are easiest to draw, and like I just have to be honest, like pretty people are usually very easy to draw. Like there is, you know, a reason why they tend to be like certain people have just a look about them, you know. So you got pretty people, you got ugly people, you got average people, and you just got the funny looking people. Now pretty people aren't that much of a challenge to draw. Like they can be in a way. Like if they're considered attractive, but you know they're unconventionally attractive, or there's just something about them that, you know, resonates. Within the lizard brain of the unwashed masses. Oh, that's a much better one, actually. I think her hair has a bit more personality in this one. Kind of made her look a bit angry. Let's do a bit of liquefaction. So I've put a fair dent in this series. I think it's got, definitely got a follow-up episode left. So I definitely think I'll be coming back on Saturday's episode to definitely finish this one off. And I hope you guys can join me for that. That'd be freaking amazing. Obviously, no pressure. I appreciate every one of my subscribers and even the folks who just sort of hang out. You guys are amazing too. Yeah, she's pretty. Alright. So, let's see, how many people do we have left? One, two, hang on. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool. So, what we'll do is we'll just take stock of what we have. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So yeah, tonight's been a pretty, fruitful session. In terms of Sketch Jam, this has actually been, wow. I think we can do some more. I think I've got it in me. Okay, so that's actually a pretty decent haul, but I'm going to draw one more because he's actually my favorite. And I am actually, you know, familiar with his stuff. Most of these other actors and actresses, I am only intermittently aware of their work. Bella Lugosi. The original Dracula. So this one will be a great way to sort of, you know, finish up tonight's stream. He was so good. He always looked like serious, spooky, and vaguely confused. It's a perfect combination. Such a great face. Oh, what's a recent movie? That had vampires in it. Nicolas Cage. He played a vampire in the movie. Oh, excuse me. Renfield. And his perfect black hair. Like back in the 90s, vampires were massive. Vampires were essentially, you know, the coolest, like, of the monsters. And vampires were, like, so ubiquitous, particularly in the 90s, that they have never been able to achieve that level of fame really ever again. And there have been attempts made, like, I think the most valiant effort to bring back vampires as a sort of a mainstream creature feature monster was the Twilight Saga. But that was back in the 2010s, and ever since then, like, vampires have just failed to win hearts and minds the way they used to. I mean, that could obviously change, but yeah, I think vampires have just had their time. Like you had, Francis Ford Coppola did an adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula. And that was amazing. It features a young Keanu Reeves doing the worst, most inauthentic and awkward sounding London accent you've ever heard. Like you could tell he was an inexperienced actor and he wasn't really good for the part at the time. But he tried, he put in a pretty decent effort, but yeah. When you compare his performance to that of Gary Oldman, who actually played Dracula, it's like night and day. Make these eyes a bit more intense. I think I may have crossed over into the realm of handsome Squidward with this one. I mean, I kind of miss vampires, but I don't. Like, I think once zombies sort of took over everything, like, that was just a way more accurate, movie monster for, the late 2000s. Although the late 20, like, the late 2010s really vampires started losing ground significantly compared to zombies. And once shows like The Walking Dead, because the thing about zombies is they're so much easier and even significantly more plausible as a monster. And also, like, with zombies, you can make a zombie movie on a budget that you just can't do with like any other like horror creature. Like even like thriller slashers like Terrifier. Give him a bit more of a widow's peak. I mean, the thing is, Bella had like great hair, like, you know, just very. I think he was Italian. Lugosi sounds Italian. Hang on, let me check. Bella Lugosi. No, he was Hungarian. His real name was Bela Ferenc Deso Blasco. So he was Hungarian. But he went by Lugosi because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Blasco just wasn't a name that American audiences would be used to. Anyway, I think that'll do it for tonight. I would like to thank everyone who tuned in, no matter where you are. You guys are always welcome to watch the live stream when it's on. I will be back in a couple of days with the follow-up live stream. Where I will attempt to get through the rest of the sorry. Attempt to get through the rest of the list. So yeah, I would like to give a warm welcome to any new subscribers and a fine how's it going to my old subscribers as well. You guys are great. So yeah, tune in on Saturday for the next one, the final one in this series, where I will be drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, one of which includes the gorgeous and very talented Sabrina Carpenter. So if you're a fan of any of these people, yeah, definitely show up for that one. Until then, guys, I will see you when I see you. See ya.